Hey everybody, it's Alex V here, Monday, April 16th. Welcome to Random Words of the Day. Today we're going to do another digital marketing moment, and we're going to talk a little bit about sharebaiting for co-originators, specifically on Reddit. This is a huge, long phrase, right? What the heck is sharebaiting for co-originators, or what some people have called co-op originators? And you know, we're specifically going to take a look at digital marketing on Reddit in this particular case. So first, let's just dive into some of the nomenclature and the definitions here. Okay, so what is sharebaiting? Everybody's heard of clickbaiting. Clickbaiting is basically using your topical headline or providing something that's so buzzworthy that somebody says, I just have to click on that. Sharebaiting is very, very similar. But what it does is it incorporates not only something that's headline worthy and topical worthy, but it incorporates something that's a resource that seems so good that people have got to share it, right? So that's essentially what it is. And it's kind of like leveling up on clickbaiting. Clickbaiting could just be an article. It might not have a downloadable associated with it, but sharebaiting is having something that's buzzworthy, is having 6 ways that you can fight the future by, you know, aligning with Lex Luthor, whatever that listicle topic is, but having a downloadable presented to somebody, and even talking about having the downloadable in the title or the topic so that people are saying, oh man, I really want to share that. And then co-originators. Okay, so the co-originator term is a new term that's been kind of spawned recently, and here's what it is, okay? So in places that people consider to be original places of the internet, like Imgur or Imgur, if you want to call it that, and Reddit, which are some of the big originator portals of the internet, sites of the internet, people want to fancy themselves to be the originators of content. But what most people do is they co-originate content, meaning they don't really make it for themselves. They're just the first one to discover it on some subreddit and say, hey, I can share this to the rest of my social networks, I can repost this, I can reblog this, I can bookmark this, I can get this out there and be like, I'm the person that discovered this, even though they're not the person that made the content. So we call this co-origination. Being a co-originator of content is really, really great for SEO and content marketing, because what it does is it provides a lot of social signals for your content, and it also spreads it in a way that usually has some links out there back to your original content, if not your actual content where it was posted on the social media networks, right? So in a sense, co-origination is very, very important for actually spreading your brand, spreading awareness for a particular piece. So there's 3 real big keys to sharebaiting for co-originators. The first is that, number 1, it can't be spammy, and it can't be something that has anything to do with selling somebody on something. It has to focus on your how, not your what. So number 1, focus your co-origination content, your sharebaiting content for co-originators, on your how. Meaning, if you are a weight loss camp, don't post something about being a weight loss camp, okay? Nobody cares that you're a weight loss camp, and nobody cares that you are going to be the best weight loss camp out there in the world on Reddit, okay? Instead, find how you're doing what you're doing, right? So an example might be, you might have a 1,200 calorie a day diet guide, you might have all these great menus. Go ahead and make a truncated version of those menus and share them on, let's say, the 1,200 a day subreddit, which is all about a 1,200 calorie day, you know, lifestyle, right? That becomes incredibly hyper relevant to them. They will share the tar out of that, especially if it's a downloadable. So that's Sharebait right there for a very specific subreddit, and you're doing it with your how, because you haven't led with what you are, which is a weight loss camp. You led with how you're doing what you're doing, which is kind of like that 1,200 calorie a day thing. And that might not be the only way that you're doing what you're doing. That's not your only how, but it's one of the ways, you know, how you're actually executing what you're doing. The second key to sharebaiting for co-origination is, if you're going to advertise, it needs to be hyper relevant on the subreddit that you're going to advertise on. And I'm specifically using Reddit as the example here for advertising. You can advertise on Reddit, just in case you didn't know that, but you need to make those ads very, very relevant, and you need to make sure it matches up with what people are expecting. So don't go after some gigantic subreddit that has 600,000 subscribers but is very, very, very broad, you know, that just has to do with food. Instead of that, go after the 1,200 a day subreddit with very specific content, right? Don't go after, if you're in lifestyle travel, don't go after just travel or, you know, hotel deals or something like that and then post a deal necessarily. Go after adventure travel or some other subreddit that has to do with less, you know, a more hyper-targeted focus and might have less subscribers, to that subreddit. Instead of 100,000, might have 10,000 or 5,000, and then post some incredibly great animation and one-sheet infographic about the adventure travel resorts or the adventure travel locales that you have, okay? So that would be a very hyper-relevant focus if you choose to do advertisements. And last but not least, this is very, very important, you need to make it incredibly easy for those Redditors to access your downloadable content. So number 3, make it easy. So make sure you have a page back at your website that's kind of like a joint page that has all of your downloadables there, so that if they click through and get to that page, you actually have a link to that page somewhere on the page where your specific downloadable is, and says, hey, you want to see the rest of our great downloadable content? Check it out here, because there's nothing that a co-originator wants more than to feel like they discovered this cache treasure trove of things that nobody has shared yet, right? So then they're going to start clicking through, they're going to start finding that downloadable content, and that becomes Sharebait. Then they'll hopefully repost back into their social networks with that, okay? So you need to make it very, very easy for those Redditors to actually find. In fact, one of the examples we took was we had a very, very slim, clean, fast-loading, mobile-optimized page that allowed Redditors, and actually mentioned Redditors by name, said, welcome Redditors, you know, here's some great content, you know, feel free to share this, you know, we're grateful that you're stopping by our site, all that kind of stuff. That's a great way, you know, speaking to them personally on a page like that, to actually, you know, work with Redditors and actually take advantage of the fact that they want to be co-originators of your sharebaiting content, okay? So there you go. That's how to execute sharebaiting for co-originators, specifically on Reddit. Those are the 3 keys to success right there, okay? Make sure you're leading with your how in parallel. Not your what, but leading with your how. Make sure you're hyper-relevant and picking the right subreddit if you're going to advertise on it, and making sure that it's very, very easy for them to actually share that out of the ecosystem. Don't put any barriers to entry. Don't do any opt-ins where they have to give their email address. You're just asking for failure if you do that. It needs to be very, very easy, because again, the end game here is co-origination, which means more social signals for your content, which means more backlinks probably as it gets shared out there and people are actually linking to it, because eventually it's going to spiral outside of social media onto actual blog posts and articles and things of that nature on real websites. I say real websites, I just mean websites that aren't social media networks, okay? So that's today's digital marketing moment, guys. It's co-origination, okay? Sharebaiting for co-originators, specifically on Reddit. If you guys like what we're doing, go ahead and subscribe below. We're going to have more of these coming at you, so you guys have a great day. It's Monday, April 16th. We will talk at you later on during the week. Have a wonderful week, guys, and hope to see you soon. All right, bye-bye.